In a world with many similarities to our own, there lies two planets that are both experiencing societal turmoil. One of them, the planet Remus, there lies a town named Hazel that is on the outskirts of one of the busiest cities on the planet. While society is strained with cultural change, in this town, there are beings that no one has seen and struggle not to be found as time goes on. The following is the story of some of the people who end up finding them through no fault of their own. This is Hazeltown Story. Hello, and welcome to another session, or another episode of Hazeltown Story. We are continuing where we last left off. Don't really have anything else to go over before then. So before we get into it, why don't we all introduce ourselves?
Hi, I'm Carnival.
I am, of course, Deathmaster 780.
And according to my name tag, I'm TorpidTypist.
And I am your GM, LoloDePuzlo. So, last time we had some interesting things happen, but we'll see if that continues on with this session. So, DM, do you want to do the honors and kind of recap what we did last time?
Sure. How about I did take notes on what we did last time. If someone else wants to take a crack at it.
No, you got this. I believe in you.
All right. Yeah, I figured. So last time we went to university to investigate to try to track down the thingamajigger that attacked the Orion agents at the one restaurant. Couldn't find it, but we did learn about Drew Lowe Jr., who was a former student there, who had specializations in tiny robots and stuff. We tracked down his house and discovered him and his family were gone. But we did find a gem containing a fairy named Sophie. And apparently Drew was in possession of a second fairy named Dewey, who he was trying to find a body for. And that was all.
All right. That's pretty much what I got. So, with that being, now that since we kind of ended with us leaving that place, I kind of figure it's been a little bit since we had a downtime period, so
yeah.
I feel like enough time has passed that you can get your afternoon downtime. So let's start with, let's say Carnival.
I'm gonna probably just have you hard train twice because I can't remember any other plans I had specifically.
All right, that works. DM.
Training as well.
Okay.
3 of them.
Torpo.
Training, because I'm very exciting and original.
All right, that works.
So everyone just hitting the gym.
In the gym or the books or however you train with what you're deciding to do. Anyway, now that you've done that, you have you have a lot of options, but what's your next plans after the events of last session?
Well, we were planning on going to see Dr. Green at night, the Anthropo lad. The kill team was, that is.
Okay. You're planning on doing that night, so is there anything you kind of want to do in the afternoon still, or is it still, do you want to just do that next?
Yeah, I think do that next because I don't really have anything I can remember.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm.
Okay. So, when you say at night, so were you planning on going, are you planning on going to his house?
Yes.
Okay. So, in that case, he lived, I wouldn't have given an address, would I?
No, we found his address when we broke into Anthropo.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I didn't, write it down somewhere specific, that I don't want to contradict what I said. But I don't think I did. So I will say, he lives next district over in the shelter district, somewhere in the top left corner of the little bottom section. So somewhere right here, that's actually relatively close to Anthropo. He lives in an apartment complex meant for either small families or single people. It is a relatively nowhere like it is a decent building. It is not like it's in the district where they're building new ones, so it's relatively newer, but still like I would not call it like high class by any means, but it is not like in shambles.
All right.
I will keep in mind that it is, as this is an apartment complex, like it is very well lived in. There's a lot of people around. Or what time were you planning on going in?
Like
Did we say in the
11 to
evening?
midnight.
Something like that.
Okay.
Also, which floor is he on?
He's probably on, let's say, like third or fourth.
Hmm. All right. Well, I guess first off, we all meet up outside the building.
Hello.
Hello. How was your day?
It was fine. Ship some movies for a film festival later this month.
Oh, well, what are we doing here?
Same as before. We're here to see this Dr. Green fellow.
How loud?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Also, just as a quick aside, Bobby would have updated the kill team about the Orion connection.
Hmm.
Would not have told them about Sophie and Dewey, though. So, yes. The question is, do we assume this man is Orion? Or not?
I mean, I imagine it's safer to do so in the first place.
Alright. So you said he was on the third floor? Hello?
Yeah, let's go third floor.
Alright.
Uh,
Going
the-
to...
Well, so here's what I'm kind of imagining like the building is. It is you don't really have a lot of good exterior access. There might be like there probably are some balconies.
We
That are
could
out
just
there.
go in through the front door.
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure that this is like trying to get the layout kind of roughly. So it's there. There are outside areas, but it's there are outdoor balconies. There is a entrance. The entrance is primarily through the front. There are technically back exits, but they are like behind kind of like a gate outside the building, like or outside the back of the building, so to speak. So yeah, your entrance that you can tell, the only entrance that you can tell from a cursory glance of getting there on the street is through the front door.
Alright. Is his apartment building one of the ones that has a balcony?
I would say, so I'm just trying to imagine a layout in my head. Let's say yes.
We can just go in through the front door.
Sure,
We could do both.
I'll humor you this time. We'll do the boring way.
I'm fucking sorry. It's just not worth causing a fuss over.
Very well. Let's go quietly.
So, should we knock, or am I just gonna have to break us in right away?
We'll knock.
As you go in to the front door, you do see that there is a light on, and like it's lit up. Like their little lobby area is lit up at the moment. There is a desk, but you do not see someone stationing it at the moment.
Cool. Not my problem.
Keep going.
And then there's like stairs and elevators going up.
I'll take the stairs.
Yeah.
As you're going through, you do not see anything out of the ordinary. You do not see anything that could, like, it is about as clean as can be. You go up to the third floor, and you see that it is a fairly neat, almost like describe it almost like the inside of a Holiday Inn.
Oh, it's hideous.
Terrible.
It's also the 70s, mind you, so it's also probably more orange than you'd like.
Why is the floor shag?
You find the number where he lives, and as you go to the door, You can tell it is mostly quiet, although when you go by the apartment door, you do hear that there is, you could hear like the faint sound of like a TV. So you can hear that someone is likely inside, but there's nothing like a commotion. There is sound, but nothing.
Okay, well, I guess I'll knock on the door.
Okay. As you knock, you hear movement on the inside, and then you hear someone come to the door, and they kind of just stop at the door, and just kind of goes, I'm like, hey, who is this?
Hello, sir. We're with the investigative division. We're here to ask you some more questions about the break-in at your offices earlier today.
He kind of just pauses for a sec, and goes, what investigative services?
I don't care. I forgot they're called the Dicky.
D-Pass.
The D-Pass.
Yeah, D-Pass, sir.
How are you all dressed, by the way?
Suits.
Yeah.
Same pinstripe suit as always, so I seem very sketchy, actually.
Well, you stay away from the peephole, then. You are too, with that fucking outfit they're wearing.
Right, fucking pimp suit he's got, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Okay.
Yeah, Haley has an actual nice suit.
You're just, you're awfully. I don't remember D-Pass wearing suits at midnight.
Well, sir, we dress as the job called for. Now, can you please open the door? We have some questions for you, and I will do a deceive roll.
Okay. So I will say that under normal conditions, or basically just to give the base, you're going to be at risky, just because he already kind of distrusts you. Or actually, it's going to be risky because you're doing this in like an apartment in the middle of the night, where he's already a little weirded out. Your effect is going to be base, probably limited.
All right. Let me see.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that, or actually, if it's Haley, I don't know.
No, Haley doesn't have any sort of boosts. Although, I'm going to push it so I have an extra die.
Okay.
That's team stress. All right. Yeah, I can afford that.
I don't care about Black Friday.
Favorite part about Black Friday is it's like been proven at this point that they slowly jack up prices over the year, so the discounts mean nothing.
Yeah, this was just Grammarly trying to get me. Okay, 312, that is a failure. I'll tell you your consequences if you want to resist. Basically what happens is that he knows something's up, and gets a little, so what he would do is he would, first off, he would bolt the door, and then you would hear him shuffle for something by the door.
But he is still standing by the door.
You can hear the noises that it would likely be that he is by the door. And he would likely say, look, I know you ain't D-Pass. I don't know who you are, but I don't know what you're doing here at midnight. So you either tell me who you actually are and what you're doing here, or there's D-Pass there. Like, I got an actual agent that lives down the hall, and he ain't going to be happy about this.
It would be funny to see him try to stop us.
Yeah, the point is he is still standing by the door, next to the door.
Yes, but he also will say, "Look, I don't want to cause look, I don't know what you got out of me. Just let me know what you are. I know, I don't know who you're with."
Yeah, I'll just
I
save
don't
you.
know.
I'll just save you the rest of the speech, Lo, because I just need to know if he was standing by the door. Haley will step back and give Queen the signal.
We could have just said we were part of a PI firm, but okay. You know what? I don't even need to slam the door down. I could just pick it right here. Out of character. I'm just saying. Do you want loud or quiet?
We can go loud. Why not?
Okay.
I will say, one of the things. I also am saying this. You could resist this, by the way.
I must.
Yeah, just give you the option, because I will say you can't. I was going to say if you were going to try and pick it, that would not work because one of the things you hear is
Yeah,
the deadbolt.
he bolted it. Yeah, he bolted it, so picking it wouldn't do anything.
Hmm.
Yes, that was a kick the door down signal.
No, it's fine. Resist it, please. Before we need to really cause problems.
Okay.
God damn.
3 and 3, so that is you'll take 3 stress or 3 additional stress. From that, I was like, okay, if you're investigating the break-in, all I want is like, if you just are you the folks who did the break-in?
No, sir, we're investigating it.
I see.
Could say we got
You just-
bad blood with the people who did the break-in.
Well, you just kind of hear a sigh from behind the door, and you see the door open, and in there you see a, let's say, a rather like tall but portly lion man who is currently in his boxers and an undershirt.
I feel like we've encountered way too many people like this.
I would describe his looks as kind of schlubby.
Oh, I more meant barely dressed in their apartment.
Yes. I mean, it is also, he was not expecting anyone. So, he opens his door and is like, just come in.
Don't mind if I do.
His apartment is it's like maybe a 2-bed, 1-bath. It's like a fairly standard apartment. That he has converted one of the bedrooms into an office. Just as he just kind of takes you to the living room where there is a TV going that's just kind of on a channel. And he's like, well, I suppose if you're coming here at this hour, then it's something that must be urgent, so how can I help you?
Well, sir, we might have a clue as to who was behind it. We just need you to verify some other facts for us.
Oh?
Yes, what do you know about Orion?
I do know that I know that there's some people at Anthropo that are like that they managed to get into Anthropo that keep on stealing our stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid it's been a repeat of that, sir.
They were looking for his stuff when they broke in.
Yes, and found stuff too from what we're told. They made off with several pieces of equipment, did they not?
Also, just aside, which break-in are you talking about?
The one we did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. He says, yes, yeah, they did.
Yes. Well, you might have some leads on them, but we're hoping you could tell us more about what you know about them and their dealings with your company.
Well, I'm not super familiar with exactly what they particularly do, but I know they have been a security pain in the ass for the company for quite some time.
Was that it?
Yeah.
No. And could you tell us who would know about them?
Well, if I had any idea on who in the company would have been involved with them, I probably would have brought that up to other people by now, but right now I don't have any specific names.
And can you tell us what you have in investigating then?
Um,
We know you've been seen around town questioning people at various businesses in the market and world districts.
Oh, that. That I don't specifically think has to do with Orion specific. Well, it's kind of pause for a sec. I'm looking for a colleague that went missing, and in particular, I have a feeling that he might be, let's say, doing some stunts.
Stunts?
Yeah. His name was Drew. He's a real smart kid, but it's a bit of an interesting one. Trying to think of phrases. Yeah, he's kind of been known for little bits of been using he likes to build little tiny things that he's also a bit of a magic person. So he's been able to somehow get his robots to do like kind of technomancy stuff. I'm not super into that specifically. I'm more on the actual engineering side. But
Why do you... Go ahead.
I'm looking from him because I've heard that there's likely that one of the last things I knew, or that he told me before he went missing, that he was planning on using some of our stuff to potentially be doing something. He didn't really get into specifics for me.
And he gave no indication of what it was?
Nothing concrete. He kind of wanted to keep that to himself. I think he didn't want us to be able to track him.
But you did figure it out involves the businesses around town.
Yeah, that he's always kind of had this idea of trying to do like some sort of like make some sort of scene with it, like to do some sort of, I don't know, some sort of little light and dance show.
And why do you think that this has nothing to do with Orion?
Well, I don't think that Orion, he is working specifically for them. I know he really hated the group, so if anything it has to do with Orion, it's going to be against them more with them.
Let's see. I don't have any more questions. Well, Carnival, Torpid.
Not really.
How long has Drew been missing, and how long has he been at the company?
He's been at the company for about 2 years. He's been missing about, I'd say, about 6 weeks.
Okay, out of character. When did the messages on the wall show up again?
Like about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was mine. Just seeing how that was my question. Seeing how his disappearance was in time with the wall messages.
Torpid, did you have anything?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm out of stuff too, so. Alright. Well, thank you for your time, sir. Been somewhat helpful.
And that's all you needed to know?
Yep. That's all we needed to know.
Okay.
Actually,
Well then.
Wait. Really quick. Out of character, do we know about the whole Sylph thing going on?
The Sylph thing?
Yeah.
No, you were specifically not told that.
Okay.
At least if that's what DM said about that Bobby.
Yeah,
did not.
I was wondering if we'd been briefed on the Sylph thing. Then yes, I have no questions.
He would have told the group about the Drew Low stuff, but he would have left the Sylph stuff out of it.
Yep. Nope. Then I have no questions.
All right. Sorry to make you come up here now, but if you don't really have any other questions, then I would like to get done with the last bit of programming I was going to do before bed.
Yeah. No. Have fun with that. And don't worry, I'm still on the clock, so I don't give a shit.
Well, I hope you all have a good night.
We will. Thank you, sir.
And he kind of points you towards the door.
Well, that was productive.
Yeah, hey, look, that went well for us.
I will say, as soon as that door closes, you hear the deadbolt go down.
You know what? That's fair.
Well, there's one more thing we could do here before we go. Let's head outside quickly. All right, so Lolo,
Yep.
are there any buildings on the side of the building where his apartment is?
Yes, it would be on a block that had like a building that's B next door.
All right. Is this building unlocked?
It would probably be another apartment complex.
All right. How tall?
About as tall, which would be at least 10. That would probably be somewhere in the ballpark of around 20 stories. Yeah, both the buildings are rather tall. What are you, Paul, thinking of trying?
Spying on his apartment from the other building. My plan.
It would not. You would have to likely either you'd be scaling the building, which would be getting onto someone else's apartment, or you would be breaking into that apartment to get to the balcony.
Yes.
So that's your. If you want to do a cross building spying, you are going to have to either scale the balconies up to the third one to get to the one that's crossed, or you are going in hoping that there is not someone that lives there, which is very likely that there is someone there that's living there, to get a view of the balcony, which, from what you were inside of that balcony, the curtains were closed.
Wow. Never mind then.
No, we're not gonna just be glide hopping from that way.
Well, we would be Torpid because Torpid has the highest maneuver stat.
It's true.
But-
I do have a 3.
It is the thing that you, in theory, could, but just
But
as
it's not worth the effort.
yeah, it is a thing that just from what you knew from going inside, that what you could tell is that if he like his bedroom and office would be far away from the windows, and the windows were or like the stuff was closed.
No,
So-
clearly we gotta jump down and then break the latch on the window and go in. I'm sure he'd love that.
Yeah, it's yeah. So yeah, that is that. So now that you've done that, what do you want to do now?
I'm trying to think, because like that's some useful information, but I don't know where's our next actual target from here.
It's information we already had, though, so.
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess really all that's left at this point is to break into Anthrobo.
Yeah.
Which we already did.
Yeah.
I will say
We do have one thing from the Info investigation that we haven't done yet, which is the hard drives we stole from the computers.
Oh yeah,
Get
we
them
haven't
looked
seen
at.
on those.
Which Queen has those, so she wants to go get those taken care of.
Yeah, I guess I can stop by Elmis's place and drop them off.
I will say one other option that is there because it is a potential option because I'm thinking for Anthrobo, you could just visit during the day. You could just ask for a meeting with them if you have their name.
Yeah, maybe not as the kill team though.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
not. You could do that for funsies, but because I don't want to say that you can as your GM, but just
It'd
saying.
be a great
you
way to get D-Pass breathing down our
you
necks.
probably
Yes.
don't.
we all-
That is not a tactical good decision.
We already broke in there, so.
No, I'm just gonna drop off a backpack full of hard drives by Elmis's place.
And also,
Oh.
honestly, what would we even get there by going during the day? Because Green was kind of useless, and he's like the only person I could think of to go see there.
Yeah, so I guess Elvis to go hacking.
Time to hack the internet.
Also, just for my memory, whose hard drive did you steal again?
We stole a
Uh,
fuck ton.
Well, the main ones where we stole Green's hard drive and the hard drive of the one guy he was talking to in the office.
Okay, so the HR guy, effectively, or the
Yeah.
or like the group lead. Okay, I just wanted to make sure so I know what information to give.
Yeah, we couldn't actually download anything, so we just gripped and ripped the hard drives.
Fowler. That was the other guy's name. Fowler.
Yes. Okay. So, you do that. Technically that is your thing for the day, but we literally just did the downtime, and that was not that long ago. So, so I'm just trying to think. So you drop the hard drives off. It's literally just data, so it's like I don't even know what. Like I could have you action roll it, try and get the information off. I doubt it would be. It would be controlled because at this point it's raw data, and it's not like it's going to be booby trapped or anything. And I would say you have a base of normal.
Okay, and then so yeah, since I know this for Elvis, that's increased speed and increased detail,
Okay, so
and I'm going to push because why not? So that's 4 dice.
God, also technically, is this getting data from a hard drive? Because it's the thing of like, also, is this technically a project?
I don't know, because like
Because it's the thing, it's like you're just getting information off a hard drive, but it's like, depending upon how much data there is in the hard drive, a lot of that's just looking through it. That's not really a skill.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say stripping the data is the easy part. It's sorting through it that's the problem. That I would argue is the project.
Yeah. How about this? Why don't you do an action roll, and I think, depending upon how you roll, will determine where the project starts.
Oh, I'm sure Elmis is thrilled having someone bang on their door in the middle of night only to go out and find a bag full of hard drives.
crit.
Well, 6-4-4-6. So that's a critical success. So what I'm gonna say is Elmis gets the things. They are able to, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pull one of these. Hold on. I gotta remember how the hell do you do this? How do I do this? Good question. There we go. Good. Oh, we're gonna put this right over here so it doesn't block anything. Okay, come on. Why is the little blip, the pips for making it? There we go. So yeah, you were able to unlock it, but I will say, as I forget how to do our jank ass product clocks. Okay. Since it's 2 hard drives, I'm gonna say that was 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna give you one of these, and I'm gonna say because you started critical, I'm gonna say you're gonna start with 2 pips on it.
All right.
Hard drive. Yep. Hold on, I'm trying to get the. There we go. Okay, so there is that. That you will now start working on. All right. So, with that, I might as well give you, because I really don't have any good reason not to. I'm going to say that is the end of the day. I'm going to give you your little mini. Actually, technically, I should have done a mini. Whatever. It's another downtime.
So yeah, Elvis is going to work on the project.
Okay.
2 more trainings, which gets me a level physical for Haley.
Yeah, Elvis is just going to pull an all-nighter on the project, and so that's 2 tinker rolls.
Yeah. Because what? The most you get out of a roll potentially is, 3-1-5, so a mixed,
But
so to
let's see,
speak.
I've got the engineer, so
Oh, right. So you'll get 1 additional.
yeah.
How much is
This
that?
isn't crafting an item, so I don't get another additional tick, but
That should be 3 for the first one?
yes.
Because it's, or is it 0 for failure, 1 for mixed, 2 for hit, and 4 for crit? Let's find out.
It's been so long. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other roll though.
Yeah, I will find out the information, and then there you are. Mechanics. Okay, that is a 3-2-2, so that is a failure, so to speak. Okay. Downtime period. Let's see, working on a project. Okay. So, your highest is 2 to 3. Okay, so your highest is 5. So, that is plus 3 base, so that's 4. it's 4 and 3, which that gets you that is the clock done. Okay, so with that, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to move this over here and delete this. So I will go ahead and tell you what information you got from the thing, and I'm going to post it in the ad hoc channel here. You find, first off, you find the full, like, the name of the team, or not the name of the team, but the full team that's Drew worked with. You get 3 names. You get Drew Jr., you get Arlo Green, and you shoot. Did I delete the names? I don't have the thing that has it. Was I smart when I cleared out the names? I was not.
Damn.
Oh, I gotta remember what their names were. We're gonna say, please don't bite me in the ass. Where is, the hell is, okay, English American, okay, so you got a team of 4 names. Drew Lowe Jr., Arlo Green, Clara Hahn, and Joseph Moss. Other things you got, I'm just trying to think of information that'd be pertinent.
Worked on what?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. The team worked. Let's see. Teams. Let's see. Trying to how to phrase it. Only. Actually, why don't I do? Actually, I should do this. Not only do you find the team names, so. Okay, so I'll give you the specialties for the 4 people that are on the team. Drew Lowe, artificial intelligence using technomancy, and also was also a engineer. Arlo Green was the supervisor for the group. He is primarily comes from engineering. Clara Hahn is also the same artificial intelligence using technomancy and engineering. And Joseph Moss was just an engineer. Team specialty is artificial intelligence and robotics. So they're making like androids and such. As you said, Drew has been missing for weeks. Based on what you got from the other guy, what was it, Dr. Fowler? Actually, I'll let you type this. So basically, what you found from Dr. Fowler is that Drew had been reporting that there's some potential Orion aspects. He had suspicion of some members of the company that were possibly Orion. He did not have any hard proof, so the claims kind of went nowhere. You got a report from that there was a coinciding report from Clara that basically was concerned about Drew's behavior because he was starting to get somewhat paranoid about a couple of months ago, and that Dr. Fowler also mentioned a note of that Clara, when she kind of filed or mentioned in her report that about Drew that she was starting to get concerned about possible breaches in ethics, but she was not very clear on what she was saying. Like, she would not exactly say what the thing was, and based like on a quote that was in the document, Dr. Fowler specifically noted that she couldn't say what it was because she didn't know how to specifically specify what kind of thing was being, what kind of thing was being harmed in the ethics violation.
She felt uncomfortable, but couldn't give a good example of.
Yeah, she was trying to explain that something was going that Drew was likely doing something unethical, but she did not understand or have a good way of explaining what was being done.
The vibes are wrong.
Yes. Previous episodes of Hazeltown Story can be found at bekindrewind.hazel.town or radio.hazel.town. If you would like to know more about the universe and have an interest in video games, you can watch LoloDePuzlo's Journal, our sister show, that can be found at theater.hazel.town or bekindrewind.hazel.town. If you would like to keep up to date with Lolo, you can follow them at co-host or BlueSky at LoloDePuzlo. There is also a Discord server in which you can potentially catch episodes being recorded live at club.hazel.town. Thank you for listening to Hazeltown Story. I welcome you to come back for more.